the apocalypse comes, beat me.
In every generation, a podcast is born. We are your Slay Slems. I'm Chase.
And I'm Beyza, and you've come so far
And
with
I've
this
come
intro.
so far.
You really
I know.
have. I'm really impressed.
Thank you. It's something about, I think once Giles started switching over to the voiceover in the series, then something changed in me. Now I hear it. I hear it when he says it.
You have to. We're listening.
Giles, we're listening.
Tuned in. And
Giles,
we
heard.
We are covering and queering Buffy.
Buffy.
The Vampire Slayer.
I'm watching for my first time. If you're new here, this is my first time watching Buffy.
I don't know how many times.
And Beyza, it's their manyth time.
Manyth
time.
And today we're talking about passion.
Ooh, passion.
We all have it.
Honey.
As Angel. This was Angel's voiceover episode,
This is Angel's Carrie moment.
Yeah.
He's like, and I couldn't help but wonder about passion.
But before we talk about that, we did watch 2 episodes before Passion, which were Phases and Bewitched, Betrothed, and Bewildered. So phases. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about Oz's cute little self.
Booty.
Yeah, his little booty. His little werewolf booty.
Yeah, so we find out Oz is a little wolfy. And he's really hot.
He is. He is.
What else is there to say?
Well, I guess I will say, what? Go, you go.
Well, we can talk about the gay thing if you want.
Oh, yeah.
Gay bully vibes.
The gay bully vibes.
Larry.
Yes.
Fucking Larry.
It's fine.
Yeah, I actually don't care.
I really I actually don't have an opinion on it.
No, I don't either. Larry the bully. Yeah, he was closeted. And I do think the funniest part is him saying to Xander, knowing you went through the same thing. And Xander's just fear, literally like definition of homophobia is like he's scared of gay people and being gay. Like fully just fucking scared.
100%.
His reaction was not cute.
Doesn't age well, Xander. You'll be hearing from the ACLU.
The Human Rights Campaign.
Yeah, HRC.
Hillary Rodham Clinton.
The ABCs.
The ABCs. And yeah, my favorite line from this episode was, we don't do that, but I just had to write it down because I thought it was funny.
Yes.
Was Willow saying, what's his number? Oh yeah, 1-800 I'm dating a skanky hoe.
Yeah.
Because I can't believe Willow Rosenberg cursed.
Dude, yes. And she curses again.
I know, she's
in
getting
the
feisty.
Love Spell one. Yes, she's really coming into her own in the season 2 vibes.
I know your favorite quote.
What's my favorite quote? What is it? So this one's for the Little Mermaid girlies. This one's for the Little Mermaid who know of the song Scuttlebutt, written by Lin-Manuel Miranda and Alan Menken. One of my favorite additions to that movie. And in this episode, we get Buffy coming in and asking, so what's the scuttlebutt? And humans just on that.
Emotionally connected to her now.
I am.
This was it.
I'm going to get a tattoo of Scuttle's body, but Buffy's face on it.
Ooh, that's so cursed.
That is kind of iconic.
Yeah. No, it's just scuttlebutt with a scuttlebutt. It's just scuttle with a steak. Kind of iconic.
But
she calls it something different.
And it has a banner in American traditional. It just says scuttlebutt.
That'd be kind of iconic.
Did I get a scuttlebutt? No. Well, no. I'll think about it.
If 4 people say
as long as we have 4 comments on YouTube, DMs, or email fearqueers@gmail.com.
And you have to pay for it.
Yeah, we'll crowdsource for my
we'll
scuttlebutt
crowdsource
tattoo.
Kickstarter coming soon. Yeah, and lots of Buffy blaming herself for death in Sunnydale, which is super sad.
Yeah.
But, she's able to help out with Ozzy the Wolfie. And Oz and Willow are super fucking cute.
They are super fucking cute. And I said this to you already off air.
Right.
But I do love how, as he was putting together that he might be the werewolf, he was just so Oz about it. He's just like,
I know.
Hey, he's calling his aunts and he's like, so does Uncle Benny, is he a werewolf?
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, and he's like, okay, cool.
Got it,
well,
heard.
yeah, say hi for me.
He's the epitome of heard.
Yeah, he really is. Oh.
He's so cute.
He's so hot. I
know, it's crazy.
We should all try to be more like him.
I know. He's my inspo.
He is.
Looks, attitude.
Yeah.
Fablitude.
Flirtation with the supernatural.
Yes. And just flirtation
Yes.
He's so good at flirting.
He is. He's got
my
good
type.
game.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I love a weirdo.
I do too.
Well, and then we moved on to Bewitched, Betrothed, Bothered, Betrothed, me thinking about Oz. Bewitched, Bothered, and Bewildered. And we get an emo Valentine's Day episode, and unfortunately it's a Xander episode. So that was...
yeah, it was interesting.
It was. But do you see why we didn't have to talk about it? Maybe
100%.
I just would not have anything productive to add to that conversation.
Yeah, except again, Willow curses.
And has a fucking
bitch.
axe ready to get.
Oh.
That's the best screenshot of the whole fucking show.
It is a really good grab.
It's big vibes, yeah. Amy is back and she's practicing magic.
Which I'm so happy, and I love that they alluded to it where like Oz is looking at the cheerleader. And he's like,
mom.
it looks like the eyes are following me.
Yeah,
and then we
I
have her
know.
daughter come back. It was
Kinda
like
sick.
such a really cool.
Yeah.
I hope they do more of that. I thought it was really cool because it's like rare that shows actually like walk backwards like that. So it's fun.
So backwards too.
Yeah.
Like that was season 1, episode 3.
I know it was like one of my first episodes.
Yeah,
I mean, everyone's.
it was
but
a
like,
long
yeah.
time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Cordy and Xander made me so sad this episode because, like, I mean, obviously they are fine now, but I think the like breakup of it all and like Cordy wearing the necklace under her shirt and
my
stuff, I was like, oh my heart.
And then one thing that kind of bothered me, but in a way where I should just let it go, was like how she was like she finds out she's like, oh my god, the spell was for me, and you could tell it like meant something to her, and it's like cute.
I was like,
but then I'm like,
but girl.
well, it wasn't really for you.
I guess,
it was for you so that he could get back at you, which I wish he had a little bit of reckoning for that.
Yes,
but it does. It's still
it
regardless.
tracks for the 90s though.
It tracks for the 90s, and also technically speaking, regardless of like his intention, it was for her. Like in terms of like his love. Like because he felt that betrayed by her, it means that he loves her that much. So in a toxic way, it makes sense.
Quite toxic.
But I just wish it was a little more clean because I love them
Yes,
together.
I know.
I love them together.
I know,
so
I do
much.
too. I
So
do think
much.
they make each other a little better.
I do, and like they're both like dumb in such a good way.
Super.
And also,
yeah.
I wrote this down for episode 19, actually, for I Only Have Eyes for You. But like having like I finally see the Scooby gang.
Yeah.
Like for so long I was like, oh, is the Scooby gang is it just like Giles, Buffy, Xander, and Willow? And I was like, it's kind of Scooby gang vibes, but no, when you throw Cordy in the mix, it's like Scooby gang vibes.
Totally.
So I love it.
Yeah, that's the vibe.
I hope
You're catching up on the vibe.
I am, and I hope to God that I'm not even gonna look at you. I want Xander and Cordelia to stay together forever. I want them to both live, and I want them to get married and maybe have a baby.
A stupid little baby.
A dumb little baby. Or it like skips a generation and it's like this genius baby.
Yeah,
baby
yeah,
genius.
it's like Willow baby. Yeah, later on there's Buffy in a raincoat looking really hot, being seduced by... okay, the other thing that I wanted to talk about, and she turns into a rat, which is super fucking funny. The other thing that I wanted to talk about was Buffy being like, thank you for not sexually assaulting me to Xander. I was like,
that
the 90s.
Hard.
I feel so bad for women. Oh my God.
And
We just saw Barbie and I literally cry at every woman I see.
Yes.
Like, I cannot even, Buffy, I can't even look at you.
I know.
Like, she is literally Barbie.
I know. And I just can't, when she's like, it really meant a lot to me. I remember you deciding not to take advantage of me. And I'm like, okay, well.
Okay. I guess.
I mean, I'm glad.
I love the bare minimum.
I'm also glad he didn't do that, but.
So crazy. And then there was one quote that I loved in this episode that I also had to write down. I don't remember who said it. I think it was one of Cordy's friends. Maybe it was Harmony, one of the blonde girl.
I know Harmony. I have her number. I
think it's her. But she says, glad to see your mom stopped working at the drive-thru long enough to dress you. I think she said it to Xander.
She did. It is a layered insult. There is elements of, well, a lot. There's a lot in there. There's a lot to unpack from that insult.
I just loved it. It's a good insult, but it's horrible.
Yeah, exactly.
But honestly,
I love what Cordy said to her though. It was like, oh, she's like, you're a sheep. I'm not a sheep.
Yeah.
So yeah, I might be dating the biggest fucking loser, but at least I'm not a sheep. I'm still fucking cooler than
Period.
you. Like I felt that
right.
about a very specific someone in my life
Yeah.
where I was like, oh no, I'm still cooler than you. So it doesn't even matter if you're a
Totally.
bitch. I love that.
we all have a Harmony.
We all have a harmony. We all have a harmony.
I was doing it ugly.
Oh, me too.
I was trying really hard.
I was trying really hard to sound bad, but it's so
It just
hard
sounded really
to sound so
good.
bad.
Yes.
It's a curse.
Speaking of curse, should we do a tarot card?
Let's do a tarot card.
Okay, before we get into
Tarot
passion. This is also a
time.
big ep, so it's going to be juicy.
I'm going to flip it however I flop it. Ready?
Okay, and I'll find it.
Oh! The Hierophant.
Hierophant.
And it's right side up, so that's good. Oh,
Is it?
Giles is looking snatched in this here card.
Giles, when is he not looking snatched?
It's true.
Okay. What's the number on that
There
one?
There is none. It's gonna be one of the core four.
Core 4.
Oh.
We're close.
Core D.
Core D. Okay. And you said it was right side up,
Yep,
upright?
right side up. Upright.
Okay. When you are aligned with the energies of the Hierophant, you are learning to follow an established doctrine, mastering the essentials before you create something entirely your own. You are being asked to commit to a practice, perhaps cross-referencing, and may want to consider finding a community of like-minded librarians to help you on your way. I don't know what that means, but I love it. Find your people. Have your people.
Yeah, find your people. There's something that's like really nice and like creative about it, where it's like, take time to like incubate, process, learn, cross.
It's the major arcana.
Come out and make something.
This is really hard to read.
It is the black text on the purple
It's
page.
so little.
Tiny font.
It's
in a dark room.
Quite. It's quite the journey, but it's worth it for the girls and the gays and the theys.
Wait, there's also, I can't remember if it's in one of the other episodes, but basically, maybe it was that episode. Xander
one?
just realizing that it's a library. He like didn't know it was a library.
Oh, because there are
What
like other
episode?
people
Yeah,
coming
like, other
in.
people are like, "Do you guys have a book?" He's like, "What are you guys doing in here? Get out!" And they're like, "We're looking for a book."
Was it? I think it was this episode.
I think it was.
Yeah.
And
It's
Giles
super
is like,
funny.
"This is a library." He's
Yeah.
like, "What?"
Yeah, it's so funny. It's so stupid.
It's a perfect character moment.
Honestly, it tracks.
It's one of my
Because
favorite.
we forget it's a library.
Right.
In a way.
It's just sort of like a hangout spot, secret lair.
It's a
and like,
Scooby spot.
It is. And I have to say that it's like one of my favorite lore pieces now is the fact that Xander didn't realize it was a
It's a
library.
library.
Love that.
He doesn't read.
No.
Maybe the Playboys.
Wow.
Well, passion.
Let's talk about it. Passion.
Passion. It originally aired on January 20th, 1998 on the WB network, and it was written by Ty King and directed by Michael E. Gershman. Oh, wait, no, I lied. It's not the 20th. It was originally broadcast on February 24th.
Wait, oh, damn it. Okay. I was hoping that we had an episode on February 3rd, but we didn't yet. Maybe soon.
Maybe
in the future. I want there
It
to be
has to
one
be eventually.
episode
It
that
has
premiered
to
on my
be.
birthday.
You're-
Wait, what year is this?
1998.
Okay, 98. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll keep track.
I just celebrated my third birthday.
Third birthday, third
I
year on
remember
Earth.
12.
What did you do?
I tuned into Buffy.
Of course.
Season 2, episodes.
You were
17.
very cognizant at that time.
I know, and I was like, ugh, I love the lore.
Love the lore. Love the angel. At the Bronze, Buffy and Xander are dancing while Angel watches from across the room, and he's starting to narrate what passion means to him, I guess.
It was a little odd.
Like,
it was a little bit
it was
weird.
intense.
And it also, like, to me, like, it was a really gnarly episode, and I just don't know if, like, passion was the through line. Like, it didn't read. It felt disconnected. The voiceover felt very disconnected from what was happening.
Yes. Yeah, I agree,
Because
actually.
Angel doesn't even really have any passion. He just has a passion to, like, kill. So it's like, there's not really a lot of, I mean, I guess you can make the argument that he's, like, passion to, like, get revenge on Buffy and, like, things like that. But it's like, well, not really. Not enough to monologue about it for 45 minutes.
Right.
That was my opinion.
No, I agree. So Buffy, Willow, Xander, and Cordy are leaving the Bronze, and Angel is having a little snack.
And I'm so sorry to interrupt one more time.
Don't
I
be
just have
sorry.
to say, I love like, again, having those four
I
at the
know.
Bronze together
I
is super
know.
cute.
So
And
cute.
I cannot tell you how much I love the fact that Angel and Buffy were like dancing, not Angel, sorry. Xander and Buffy were like just platonically dancing with each other. It
know.
was so cute. And then like they walk out and then like Buffy's walking with Willow and then Xander
Yeah.
and Cordy are together. It was like cute.
vibes.
It was just cute. Yeah.
It's
it was
family vibes.
It really is. And
Yeah.
it was like just such a beautiful portrayal of like what it's like to go, I don't know, it's good. Cute.
Don't get me started on the family dynamics of Buffy
Don't get me
Vampire
started,
Slayer.
'cause I
Mama,
will fart
that'll
it.
be a whole. I will farted. That'll be a whole episode when we get a little further. I
yeah, I love that.
trust and believe.
I love that idea.
Back home, getting ready for bed, Buffy peers out the window into darkness in her window, and there's nothing in her window. When she turns out the light and slides under the covers, Angel is outside watching her through the blinds. He's obsessed. I mean, I guess you could call that passion.
Who wouldn't be?
Truly.
With Buffy.
Right. After Buffy drifts off, Angel enters her room and strokes a lock of her hair back from her face. He sits on the bed beside her, and his voice completes his reflection on passion.
I do kind of love that, like, his passion or obsession with Buffy is going to be his undoing. Like, he's not going to win because he's like, he could just have killed her, but he, like, wants to play this game, and that, like, cocky ego-ness and obsession is, like, probably going to be his undoing. I don't know, but I, like, love that thought.
I do think passion is an interesting word to describe what he's doing, if that makes sense. Because it's not giving, to me, it's not giving passion, it's giving obsession.
Right. That's what this episode should have been called. It should have
been obsession.
Yeah.
He has a monologue on obsession.
Starring Beyonce.
Literally, you know what? You're kind of right. Anyway, let's keep going. Oh, you know what? This is the episode where
Xander doesn't know.
Xander doesn't know it's a library.
I just saw my note. I was like, oop.
No. Well, I thought it was the last episode because he was asking Giles for his help with the stuff, but it is this episode.
He's like, I have to find a man.
Literally, it's a man could never be in love with me.
Well, what's so funny is my gay
exist.
brain. I'm so sorry to jump back, but my gay brain when he was walking through the hallway and like all the
everyone
girls
to be in love with him.
No, I thought they were because the men weren't really acting well.
Also,
so I was like, are you guys want to beat him up or do you want to make out?
Well, exactly. Yes, absolutely. And also you introduced Larry as a gay character and you didn't bring him back for this episode to be in love with Xander.
That's such a good point. He should have absolutely been in love with Xander. That would have been awesome.
I know. And make him more uncomfortable, bitch. Because he's a little bitch. Buffy wakes up to find a parchment envelope on her pillow with a drawing of herself.
Vibes. This was like,
yes.
This episode is when I really was like, oh, I actually don't like Angel.
Yeah.
Like, I really don't like him. And
jealous.
They really took him there.
I didn't know
he was going to go this far. Like, he's like serial killer.
He's a fucking murderer, serial killer.
Yeah, but we've never seen it. We've just heard about it. You know,
right.
we've heard about how Angelus is like
different.
Seeing is believing.
Seeing is believing. And yeah, at the library, students are coming in and asking for help. And Xander's like, can you guys get out of my swamp? Like,
it will forever be one of my favorite parts of Buffy. I love it.
And yeah, Buffy's basically looking for help from her friends to kind of continue to figure out what Angel's trying to do. And because Angel has access to her house even when she's not there, Buffy wants to tell her mom the truth.
Pass.
He got the season pass.
Yeah.
I need to get my Universal Pass.
I do know you do.
Okay. So Giles, what does Giles do?
He goes to talk to Jenny Calendar.
Right. In the computer class. Yeah, and Jenny, okay, this, when I was rewatching this, made no sense to me, but Jenny asking Willow to like teach.
I was like, is that a thing?
That doesn't seem
it doesn't seem
right.
legal.
Yeah.
I also will say I couldn't tell. Maybe she was asking her to teach like younger classmen.
I think she was asking to cover for her class.
You could just do my job for me.
Literally.
Tonight.
She was like, she said, Jenny asks Willow to cover for her if she happens to be late the next morning.
Hey, you know, those schools in SoCal are pretty liberal-minded. So
I guess shit. I hope she's getting a check or extra credit.
Extra credit. That's actually...
But I mean, Willow's excited and, go off. And she's wearing a really cute sweater in this scene. And I love her cute little sweater and her cute little backpack. And she's so cute.
Oh my God, she's the queen of backpacks, literally. She's a happy face fuzzy backpack.
Literally. Yeah, it's so cute. Buffy arrives to fetch Willow, then Giles and Jenny get a moment alone. And yeah, they have a little chat. It makes me really sad.
Okay, I literally
she's like, I'm in love
crying.
with you.
I started crying.
Yeah.
Like especially when Giles was like, I'm not the one you have to make it up to.
Yeah, because he values Buffy's opinion so much and like cares about that is his priority. And like it's like literally his daughter. And if you wrong his daughter, you're out.
It was crazy though, because it's like it was such like again, like I don't know. I just love the way that the writing is reflecting them getting closer. Do you know what I mean? Like it's like,
and it's doing it really well.
It is. That's what I think, because it's like he wasn't just like, oh yeah, like make it up to me. It's like no. Like I'm not even that important right now. Like Buffy's more important than I am. Like you just make it up to her, and like you fucked over her, not me. Like I mean, that was maturity. It was giving maturity.
I know, and that's also like, how can you not love Giles for that? So like,
I literally started crying immediately when he said that. I was like, oh my God, that was so sweet.
I love him so much.
I do too.
Buffy and Giles, these next few episodes, their arc like makes me cry. Like,
yeah.
Anyway, we can talk about it when we get there. Over dinner that night, Joyce asks Buffy to tell her what's wrong, and Buffy kind of lightly says what is actually happening.
Right.
That her and Angel like dated, but obviously not that he's a little vamp. But just that he's a man and crazy.
I can't wait for Joyce to learn. I cannot wait for her to learn.
Yes. So basically, she tells her mom to tell him to fuck off.
Don't let him in. Yeah.
And later that night, Willow talks on the phone to Buffy as she's getting ready for bed, and notices a parchment envelope on her bed.
Scary.
She pulls out her little fishes.
It was so sad.
And then the next cut is like her in Buffy's bed and like with a steak, like, thanks for having me over, Buffy.
I know it's a school night.
It's the least you could do, bitch. I'm sorry. Like, this is Buffy's fault.
Exes.
Like,
well,
in a way. Not that her actions reflect. She didn't do anything. But
Buffy literally strung up the fish herself.
No.
Just Buffy's not the serial killer.
By chance of,
Yes.
They know each other.
Yes.
So yeah, where is Angel getting on this parchment? That's what I want to
know. He must have gone to Michael's. He must have gone to...
Do they have parchment?
Of course. Michael's Craft Supplies.
Parchment?
Parchment paper. People use parchment paper for crafts.
Parchment paper for crafts.
Buffy
Buffy tells Willow she can't stop wanting to turn to Angel whenever there's a crisis.
I can't stop wanting to turn to Angel whenever I'm having a crisis.
Which is actually really sad.
Oh, I know. I'm so sorry. But it's her fault. No, it's sad. It's sad. Obviously, it's sad, you guys.
It is sad. I have been there, girl. Been there.
Yes.
And acknowledges this Angel is completely different from the one she knew. Willow replies, well, sort of, except you're still the only thing he thinks about.
Again, title episode, obsession.
Yes.
Not passion.
Yeah.
Because also Jenny's obsessed with reversing the curse. Like, there's a lot of obsession. Like,
That's the thing. I'm like, what is passionate about this episode? I would love to know.
I would comment the passion below.
Actually, like, if anyone else thinks we're wrong, I would love to hear. Because
literally,
I don't.
please tell us.
Like, am I missing something? Because this is a super acclaimed episode of the show.
And it's a great episode.
It's a great episode, obviously, but I think.
¿Por qué passion?
¿Por qué passion?
Why?
That's the theme. Early that morning at their factory lair, Drusilla and Spike are chatting, and Drusilla brings Spike a little puppy to eat.
And Drew says, makes a girl feel... I write down literal quotes from this woman. There's about 3 in the next episode.
I love your journey with her. You're like, who's Dracula? Like, who's Dracula?
Dracula.
And now
Could
you're
you
like,
ever have expected...
tattoo of her quotes.
Literally, it says, sorry, oh no, not Cordy, no, wait. Makes a girl feel...
Drew. I just love that I love her. She is a gay ion. Sat in
She's
his
a gay ion.
She's an atom. Sat in his wheelchair. Spike objects to being treated like a child. Angel.
There's a lot of ableism.
Listen, I wrote #ableist Angel arrives. And teases Spike, making him jealous with Drusilla. Then she has a vision that an old enemy is seeking to help destroy their happy home. #ableist Angel. Get it going.
Let's get it trending. We need to stop this man.
On X. Get it trending on X, everyone.
What's X?
Twitter. Did you see he's changing it to X? It's going to be like x.com. I'm sorry to break this news to you live. During our Buffy the Vampire Slayer rewatch series.
Holy fucking shit. So what is it called when you put out a tweet? Did you X someone?
You X someone.
Oh, you should have read that X.
It literally, like, I think...
Is it already X?
It was on my desktop. I don't know if...
Bitch,
anyway. What was that?
I don't know.
Before school, Jenny goes to the Dragon's Cove magic shop and buys an orb of Thessala. And the owner tells her that without a translation, the orb is useless for its purpose. And Jenny knows what's going on. Jenny knows how to translate and be a girl boss, and that's what she does. And she's gonna get someone's friend back.
It literally
friend
is
to
so
all.
sweet. And I will say, like, I was very like, I'm so sad about this episode because like I was like living.
It's
I was
kind of
like
crazy, right?
It's crazy. And I just love that she's like cyber pagan. And like the best part about I think that character and the idea of cyber paganism and whatever and like all that kind of stuff in Buffy, it reads so well for the 90s where technology was advancing.
Yes, yeah.
And there was a lot of things where like translating like, you know, physical media to digital and like all that kind of stuff. So just like it's such a good time capsule of a character and plot. You know what I mean?
Totally.
I love it. I love it. I respect it.
It is really cool. It's a unique part of the 90s
Yes.
media history.
Yes.
Then Buffy and Jenny run into each other the next day, and Buffy's telling Jenny that Giles really misses her.
Which is also so sweet.
Super sweet.
Very boundaried, but also saying, I also care about Giles the way that Giles went to bat for Buffy. It was like really just beautiful.
And it is nice that like, I don't think either of them know the other did that.
I know.
Kind of
They're
thing.
just
And
looking
it's
out for each
very
other.
like genuine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Looking out for each other is
It's genuinely generous.
genuinely Giles. Beautifully Buffy.
Really good.
Thank you. Buffy rushes and finds Giles passing out flyers in the lounge area. Cordy joins them. And
Passing out flyers.
yeah,
For what?
I don't remember. That's just what this website told me. That
I
is
do not remember that either. I watched it last night.
maybe. I watched it like a couple days ago. Is he passing out flyers? You let us know. Cordy joins them, and both girls are relieved to hear that he has found a simple spell with common ingredients that will revoke a vampire's invitation to anywhere it is performed. Because Cordy's car was affected.
And she put her grandmother in direct danger and was like, yeah, let my grandma borrow it.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's like, you know
Okay,
what?
fuck
Better
your
her than
grandma.
me. Yeah, literally. After school, Buffy and Cordy help perform the protection spell in Willow's room. They find another fucking parchment envelope with a drawing of Joyce asleep.
Absolutely not. This part got scary. This
I know,
episode got
it's-
scary.
It's a lot.
It's like the
Angel, the artist, and the ableist.
ableist artist. Yeah.
Angel, AAA.
It's just scary because like the creativity and all of it is just the most serial killer trait.
It is super scary when a psychopathic male killer is 2 steps ahead of you.
Yeah, and like
Or
it's-
3 steps ahead
yeah,
of you.
and like literally
and like just thinks how to make your life miserable. That is so fucking scary.
And like it was like kind of like I guess I didn't expect it to be that wild of a ride.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay, he drew a picture of Buffy sleeping, that's creepy or whatever. But then I was like, okay, so he like threaded up some fish, okay. And then I was like, okay, so now it just like got scarier and scarier.
I wish we had the behind the scenes of him doing all of that. Like,
Oh
that'd
my
be
God,
so
where is
funny.
that? We
Like
should
him
make
trying
that-
to poke holes through the fish.
Yeah.
That'd be crazy.
Oh, they're like flopping around.
Ugh, poor little babies.
I know.
At the Summers residence, Joyce pulls into the driveway
So
to
scary.
find Angel. Wait, okay, this is when it gets
That's what I'm saying. This is like gets
bad.
scary.
Like, also, David Boreanaz, who plays Angel, his acting is a little
Kinda
too good.
I agree.
He was method acting in this one.
I agree.
And Angel basically says, I haven't been able to sleep since the night we made love to Buffy's mom.
Yeah.
Not,
she's dropping
not
all
made
of her
love to
apples.
Buffy's mom. Made love to
Right.
Buffy too. Said that. Okay. And Joyce stares up at him, opens the door and runs inside. Angel starts to follow, but pulls up short, unable to cross because Buffy and Willow have sealed the door, and he cannot.
Oh, and then she goes,
inside.
what is my favorite quote? She goes,
Sorry, Angel, change the locks."
So
So
good.
iconic. Yeah.
So good.
It's pretty iconic. Then Giles finds Jenny staying late at school. She's clearing her computer screen before he can see her special project. And Jenny explains that she needs to work a bit, but Giles invites her over to his place after she's done. And Drusilla is... I love that Drusilla is just like carrying this puppy with her everywhere. Like,
I know.
literally
I
her
know.
emotional support dog.
Oh, also my dog, Ahsoka, like every time they had like the sound effects of the dog going, ew, 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 Ahsoka came out of her crate and would just like look at the TV.
That's so
it was very cute. I was like,
That's
it's
so
okay,
cute.
Ahsoka.
That's so cute. So she pays the shopkeeper from the magic store a visit and talks about the mean teacher. The main teacher we talked about. And then it gets bad, y'all.
It gets bad, and I will say, I hate Angel.
Yeah.
Like, this is when I was like,
So you kind of understand.
Yeah, because, like, honestly, after seeing this, I was thinking about it. I was like, if I went back and, like, rewatched seasons 1 and 2, I actually don't think I wouldn't even fuck with getting invested in their relationship, and I wouldn't stand for Angel.
Yeah. And I know it's not the Angel we knew, obviously. It's a different Angel.
Yeah.
It is a demonic vampire. But it's hard. It's hard.
It's hard to separate the art from the artist. Okay.
The ableist from the able. The ableist from the Angel. Yeah, so Angel basically like torments her, throws the orb and crashes it and burns all her work and is basically just torturing her and chasing her around the school.
Chasing was good. That was a
good chasing.
Well directed.
Yes,
and just like
scary.
The pillars like that were like running by as like they're running. It's like dark, and then it's like her, that's Angel, that's her, that's Angel. It's good.
I know. It freaked me out.
I will say though, this episode, my one qualm is I do think it just like it was a little too spread out. I wanted all this to happen a little bit more condensed, which like is a thing for me with Buffy right now that I have to be honest about. Where it's like sometimes I'm like, okay, this episode could have been 30 minutes.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? Sometimes.
Yeah, yes. I
like
think
everything that happens, but I'm just like, oh, okay.
I think they do a decent job of that with episodes that are leading up to like a big episode, and then the big episode is a big episode.
Yeah.
But I don't disagree. I think it's definitely like an acclaimed episode, and it's a great episode.
It's a great episode.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah, I think if I could edit it down to 30 minutes, I would love it even more. But because of the slower pace of it, it actually like, and I think the slower pace did help with like kind of that slow burn a little bit.
Yeah.
But overall, I'm like, oh, it's just like could have been an email. Not really, but you know what I mean. Like it could have been shorter, and for that reason, it will not be my highest ranking episode.
I think that's fair. It's not mine either. Thank you. Yeah, so Angel kills Jenny Calendar in this episode. He snaps her neck, which is really
she's so pretty. She's so smart. She's so nice.
The like last 15 minutes of this episode is where I'm like, this is dark.
I literally wrote, this is an insanely dark episode.
Yeah.
And the way that he puts her in Giles's bed, it's so sad. It's dark.
It's bad.
It's like heavy. I was like,
really.
It made me uncomfy. I was like, ew, this is bad.
It's
dark
super
episode.
uncomfy. But yeah, before that, all that happens. Giles stops by the Summers house to kind of like see what's going on, and we get a little light moment where Giles wonders if he should intervene on Buffy's behalf, like while she's talking to Joyce about.
Oh, yeah.
Charlie XCX with Angel. And Willow says, sure, like, what would you say? And Giles thinks for a second, and Willow opens the front door for him, and he leaves, which is dad behavior.
Absolutely dad behavior.
Typical dad behavior.
Yep.
But Buffy and her mom are talking, and, you know, Joyce is upset, but she also reassures Buffy that she loves her more than anything in the entire world.
It's pretty good mom vibes.
I know.
Pretty good mom vibes.
Good mom vibes.
Not quite Charlotte York from And Just Like That, who braved a snowstorm in New York City to get her daughter a condom so she could have sex safely for the first time, but pretty close. I know. You didn't understand a word of that, and that's okay.
Is that a cartoon, or is that real?
It's from And Just Like That. Sex in the City.
Oh, the new one.
The new one. It's so good.
Giles arrives at his apartment to see one red rose on the front door.
A single
red rose. I'm gonna say all of this because the fact that Angel set all this up is like
insane.
Obsession, not passion.
Not passion.
Obsession.
I guess passion for the arts. Maybe passion for the arts.
Opening the door, he finds an ice bucket on the desk, complete with champagne and a folded piece of parchment bearing
from Michael's.
Bearing one word: upstairs. Smiling and carrying the champagne, Giles finds and follows a path of candles and roses to the top of the stairs at his first glimpse of Jenny's corpse in his bed.
That was clearly breathing, but we'll talk about that later.
Was it? I didn't pay attention. I was crying. I was crying. Giles waits outside the bottle of champagne smashes. He calls the police. And following the coroner's people wheeling a stretcher, the police ask him to come in for questioning. Giles complies, but ask for a phone call first to Buffy and Willow. And the tears are...
Oh my God, watching them cry. An Angel watching them cry. But watching them cry was so sad.
An Angel watching them cry.
But watching, like, oh my God, and like Willow's acting. Like crazy.
I know, and Buffy just like...
falling to the ground.
I feel really, like, I keep feeling for Buffy just because, like, all these people around her are dying and, like, she can't not do anything about it, but she feels responsible for it.
Yeah, and also, like, I know, and like towards the, I mean, we're gonna skip ahead for a second, but like when she's like, I could have killed him, but I wasn't ready. It's like, it was not your fault, bitch.
Yeah,
it is not your fault.
I know.
It is not your fault that he's doing that. That is not your fault.
So sad.
And it's not your fault. You don't have to be ready to kill someone. And also, even if you were ready to kill him, it's not like you could kill him like that. It's like you don't know what would happen. So it's like, not your fault, girl.
Totally.
All good. So I'm gonna tell her that.
Okay. Are you going to email it to her?
Yeah. I'll beep her.
Aw. Beep me. Angel lurks outside Buffy's house. His voice is continuing to talk about passion for some reason. And yeah, he watches the Slayer answer the phone and sink to the floor. Having missed Giles at the police station, Cordy and Xander drive to Buffy's house.
And Cordy's car is covered in garlic. There's all this garlic just hanging in her car, which I love.
So iconic. So I love her so much.
Me too.
And they're basically all worried that Giles is gonna do what he ended up doing.
Which I love, vengeful Giles.
It's hot.
It's hot, daddy Giles. It's
hot.
Gorgeously Giles.
Generously
Giles.
Gorgeously too. Buffy knows seeking revenge will only get Giles killed, so they head to the factory.
Well, he did a pretty good job.
I mean,
I don't know if he would have died. I mean, he was carrying his own.
But he did get knocked out, I think,
for sure.
right?
Yeah, he did.
Okay, and that must be like number 10.
Yeah,
that's like at least the 10th time he got knocked out.
At least.
So Giles.
Oh, doesn't Chipotle sound so good right now? I'm so sorry. I just like thought I smelled. You know when your imagination smells things? Anyway.
I've had Chipotle once and something bad happened to me.
So sorry. Yes, gets knocked out at least the 10th time.
At least. But before that, he is slaying the fight. He's beating the shit.
And I love how Drew
like,
and Spike are literally just watching.
That's what Angel calls him. It's crazy.
Beyza.
It's so crazy.
It is crazy. But some of those, never mind. Buffy comes in
and kind of continues to save the day. And the fighting is fighting. It's the way that Buffy and Angel fight is actually really entertaining and good.
Keep going. I'm so happy you're saying this.
I don't know what else I was going to say.
Well, I love that you said this because I thought to myself, I didn't even write this down, but I was like, I literally, when I was watching it, I was like, damn, they do like a good job of their fight choreo. It's like really compelling.
Yeah.
And like, it's very like, you can
unique.
tell they're really matched to power wise. Like not one's like super more powerful than the other. Like, so I love that you said that and I agree. Yes,
totally. And the only way that Angel can really get out of the situation alive is by saying, listen, Giles is about to get burning up for you, baby.
Yes.
And they kind of escape. This part made me cry.
I know what you're going to say. I know what you're going to say. Say it.
Buffy jumps down, brings her watcher to, and carries him from the building. Outside, Giles shouts, "Why did you come here? This wasn't your fight." Buffy punches him in the face and shouts, "Are you trying to get yourself killed?" Buffy follows him down to kneel on the ground and hugs him, and they're both crying. You can't leave me. I can't do. I'm actually gonna cry. I actually could cry. I can't do this alone.
I literally started crying immediately.
I know.
And it was so well performed on SMG's part because it's she punches him because she's so mad at him for doing that, but then she's also and I'm so sorry about Jenny. It's oh my God.
There's layers, mama.
It's so good. It's so good.
Yeah.
I don't get it. It's Buffy is good sometimes, but all the time. But sometimes it's
you're not expecting
this is insane. Yeah. Sometimes I'm oh wait. Yeah, because sometimes you do kind of get lost in the 90s of it.
Yeah.
But then it does something that is just so purely well done, well performed, well written, everything. And then it's damn, this show is good.
Well, the earlier seasons, we're about to finish season 2, which is crazy. But honestly, it gets dark from here. Like it gets.
I'm nervous.
Like 5,
But
season 5 and on is like.
Here's my prayer. My prayer is that. My prayer. That's pretty.
Yeah.
That's beautifully Buffy.
Beautiful Buffy.
My prayer is that we don't lose like the fun, stupid episodes.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That's all. I guess there was no.
I love that.
I could just say
That's
like
a good prayer. Prayers up.
This is my prayer.
Okay, we're almost done. Later that night, as Angel's voice concludes his reflections on passion, Giles comes home and removes a crime scene tape from the door. The next day, Giles and Buffy stand beside a new grave. The headstone reads Jenny Calendar.
Bring her back. Bring her back.
Well, Buffy apologizes for not being able to kill Angel when she had the chance. She adds, I wasn't ready, but I think I finally am. I can't hold on to the past anymore. Angel is gone. Nothing's ever going to bring him back.
I mean, well,
Willow comes to stand in front of Jenny's desk.
By the way, was really ugly crying when she had to teach that class.
Oh, when she like came in and was like,
my God, and she's like trying to talk about it, but she's like emotional. I was like, I'm
she's
gonna
a little
die.
baby.
She's a baby. She shouldn't have to teach that.
She just got her fishes killed, bitch. I'd be emotionally distraught from that.
I know. I gotta say, I love how like the fish. I'm sorry, I'm just wearing such inappropriate shorts to be on TV right now. They're like short running
on
shorts
TV.
On TV. Look, ma.
Look, ma, I made it.
No, but I gotta say, I love the way that like she handled the fish death, because like when a fish dies, it's sad, but it's also like
my tadpoles would kill themselves.
Okay.
They would like jump out when I was trying to clean the thing.
No, I don't do
That's
fish.
the only pet I ever had before my cats.
Well,
she announces to the class that in Miss Calendar's absence, she has been temporarily assigned to teach, which is fucking insane.
Crazy.
For a child to teach a class of high schoolers.
They better.
Who are bullies, probably.
Better be putting money in her college tuition
Seriously.
account.
Willow sets her books on the desk, and Jenny's backup disc slides, falling between the desk
the
and
floppy disk of it all. The importance of physical media. Like literally,
it stays strong
in the age of streaming. Like I saw
Bring
that.
back floppy disks. We have information, necessary information.
I'm saying, because Disney just took an entire show off its streaming platform.
You should have put it on floppy disk. Do you have it on VHS?
I put the finale on VHS.
That's good.
But I have the files.
The files. I have the files downloaded. Well, will the floppy disk come back? Who's to say?
Let's find out, because I still don't have an answer.
Well, I guess we'll see. And that was Passion, otherwise known as Obsession.
That cliffhanger's a good one because it makes me like mad.
Right.
In a good way.
Right.
In a healthy way.
And the next episode we'll be talking about is season 2, episode 19. I Only Have Eyes for You. And expect that on August 2nd, I think. And we'll be recording that right now. But
so
I'm ready. We also have some juicy eps coming up. So
I can't wait. I love juicies.
I love juicies. And we love everyone listening. Thank you so much.
Thank you for listening. We appreciate it. Thanks for watching. If you're watching on YouTube, if you'd like to get connected with us, you can do so in the comments
for
on
free.
YouTube. After
Education Connection.
After liking and subscribing, of course.
Of course.
But you can leave us a
She's
comment.
a mammoth, of course.
She's a mammoth, of course. Or you can leave a comment or Instagram at LGBTQVHS or Gmail. Not on X. Gmail, fearqueers@gmail.com.
And tell us what you think about Passion.
Rate and review, send to a friend.
And slay.
And keep on slaying, everyone. We love you.
And until next
time, slay frights, brother.
Brethren.
Brotheraya.
If the apocalypse comes, beat me.